Congratulations on your decision to advance your professional career by learning to assist with medications. Becoming a MedAid is a big decision. You will find that this is one of the most important jobs in an assisted living community. There are many different names associated with the person that helps residents with their medications. The term you will hear throughout this video series will be MedAid, though in your community you may have a different title. You may be referred to as a med tech or a medication technician, or simply a caregiver. The important thing that we will be focusing on is your role in assisting with medications. When we look at why a resident would move into our community, there can be several factors. But you know, one of the most common reasons that a family will assist their loved one to move into an assisted living community is simply because they need help with their medications. They're no longer able to successfully manage them at home. They may have even had something dangerous happen to them as a result of medication mismanagement. So for that reason, they've chosen to move into your assisted living community. And now you soon will be the person responsible for assisting with those medications. Your responsibilities may include ordering medications for the resident, making sure that they're available within the community, pouring the medication into a cup, making sure that the medication is delivered on time to the resident, as well as monitoring the response of the resident to the medications that they're taking. These are some big tasks, but you'll be well prepared. You're going to learn medication fundamentals during this video series, but also you are going to work one-on-one with someone right in your assisted living community that's going to coach you and help you till you feel very comfortable and will be most successful in assisting with medications. Let's look at some of the reasons a resident might need help with their medications. There can be many. One reason can be a problem with vision. They simply are not able to read the medication labels easily, or they're not able to see the instructions or even the medications inside the container. You may also find that a resident will need help due to a tremor. They have a hard time manipulating the medication containers. You may find that some residents have arthritic hands, and the act of opening that pill container and shaking out just that one medication that's necessary is simply too difficult for them. But frankly, one of the main reasons that we will be assisting with medications within the assisted living community has to do with memory impairment. Our residents may not remember what medications they take, or how many, or even that they take medications at all. So that's going to be your job now, making sure that they are getting the right medications at the right time of day and in the right dose. When working as a MedAid, what you actually do for that resident will be very dependent upon the needs of each individual resident. Some, for example, will need only a reminder to take their medications. On the other hand, others will need the medications centrally stored within our medication area, and they will require complete assistance with medications. So as you learn about each resident that comes into the community, knowing how much assistance they need with their meds is very important, and it will help you to carry out your responsibilities appropriately. Each community is unique in the way that medications are stored. Now, there will be some residents that are very independent with their medications and may actually store their medications in their room, in a locked box or other secured area. On the other hand, as a community stores medications, it may be kept in a variety of locations. Some of you may actually have an entire medication room where there are locked cabinets, med carts, etc. to store resident medications. In some communities, strictly medication carts are used. And then on the other hand, in a smaller assisted living community, you may simply find that it is cabinetry with a lock on it where medication is stored. The one thing we want to remember at all times, your responsibility as a medication aide is to ensure the safe storage of medication. At all times, the medication area must be kept locked and secured unless you are standing right there working with the medications. If you even step a few feet away, the medication area must be locked and secured. You must maintain the keys in a safe manner. Some people will prefer to wear the keys on their wrist or arm, while others may prefer to have the med key around their neck on a lanyard type device. Take the suggestion of your supervisor on how those keys will be maintained on your person. This will include when passing the keys on to the next shift. We never will just set them down on a desktop. We always will hand them off to the person taking over the medication responsibilities. While the majority of medications are safely stored at room temperature, there are some medications that are very sensitive to temperature control. Within your medication area, you will have refrigeration available. Some medications, such as suppositories, may require refrigeration. We never put food products in our refrigerator. A refrigerator used for medication simply will hold medication and nothing else. Lab specimens, urine samples, etc. must be maintained in another refrigerated area. Now, the refrigerator must be kept locked at all times or behind the locked door of a medication area. In addition to general safe storage of the medications, we also want to be aware of medication security. For example, when passing medications to a resident, we never leave the medications unattended. Some residents are going to ask you or maybe even pressure you to leave the medications on their table or at the bedside. We may never do that.
Have your medication.
Oh, no, I'm not ready to take them yet. Put them on my nightstand. I'll take them in about a half an hour.
Well, I'll just go ahead and take them with me and bring them back.
Fine, then you come back in a half hour.
All righty, I'll do that.
Okay.
We are going to observe the resident while they consume the medication, and we will not step away until the medication has been consumed. So even though it's a very busy shift and you may have a lot going on, we never want to make the mistake of leaving a medication in a cup unattended at any time. Now, this also includes the delivery of medications. When a pharmacy makes a delivery or family comes over to drop off medications, we never simply want to leave them unattended in a common area or at a desk. We want to make sure that the moment that the medications are dropped off, they are placed in a secure holding area until the medications can be appropriately processed. As you assist with medications, there is a variety of equipment that you will use. It's important that you're able to correctly reference the name of each device. That you maintain an adequate supply of equipment at all times. For example, it could be disastrous in a large community if you ran out of medication cups to be able to pass the medications. So always take responsibility for ordering any necessary items to run your medication room successfully. Now that we've covered the fundamental basics of the safe storage and security of medications, We also want to make sure that meds are destroyed safely as well. It is not uncommon for a resident to have changes to their medication routine. Physicians will often start a medication, then discontinue a medication. We are not allowed to store medications within our assisted living community that have been permanently discontinued. You will want to make sure you clearly understand the protocol for destruction of meds within your community. Some communities are able to return all medications to their pharmacy. In other communities, medications are destroyed by placing them in an appropriate destruction container that is hauled away by a medical waste hauler. We never want to throw medications in the trash can or flush medications down the toilet. They must be handled in a safe manner. Well, you've learned a lot of information already about the safe storage and security of medications in the assisted living community. Feel free to review this video as often as you wish. Now, if you have any questions, be sure to approach your supervisor. You want to make sure you understand the fundamentals before we move on to the next set of videos.